So, the achievement gap refers to the disparity in the measures of academic performance among subgroups based on socioeconomic status, race, gender, ethnicity in the United States. So, basically, minority students in some school districts throughout the country are not receiving the kind of education and schooling experience needed in order to acquire the same kind of knowledge and set school standards as other high performing schools in different districts do. One of the causes contributing to the achievement gap, I believe, is the national shortage of good and qualified teachers in these schools. Another main cause that I see is limited resources being allocated to low performance schools, as well as little to no parent involvement into their child's academics. I believe the last major cause is tied into the issue of race or socioeconomic factors contributing to the gap. According to a study done by the academic journal American Politics Research, policymakers are far less more likely to enact a teacher quality bill or reform when white student achievement drops, but not when graduation rates are poor among African American students, which I found was very interesting. So based on my own experience, I grew up in a small town with a very small school district in Colorado before moving to Arizona for high school. So the school district that I came from was predominantly white, middle class students and teachers and like-minded and like learners as well. So the diversity of the school was very minimal, almost non-existent. Fast forward to my high school in Arizona, where class sizes were dramatically bigger, resources were very limited, and it was the most diverse schooling I have ever had, and it was also considered a low-performance school. And I also think parent and teacher communication was also a very big difference comparing Colorado and Arizona. In Colorado, my teachers were very open and transparent with a line of communication about my academic performance, which motivated me to want to do better and held me accountable. I think class sizes is also a contributing factor into why or why not a teacher would get involved into a student's parents, with their parents. So my proposed solution would be to create a clear, transparent, open dialogue between my students and their parents in order for them to best support their child academically. I feel as though many parents are unaware of the achievement gap or unaware that their child may be involved in that achievement gap or are underperforming as well rather than just the school. And I believe that a direct, clear communication and cooperation relates to a student's success and how they hold themselves up. I propose school boards rethink the teacher quality in the classroom and ensure that qualified, passionate, and educated teachers are in each classroom. Having teachers that have higher expectations for students will make them have higher expectations for themselves. Resources needed to implement the proposition would be parents and families of students, faculty, school boards, and state legislative. I think that an obstacle that could arise is unsupportive representatives could pose an obstacle. Working with parents of students maybe that are unwilling to help could also cause an obstacle. Parents could believe that only certain schools are underperforming, not their child. And as an outcome, I would hope to achieve students feeling accomplished and proud of themselves during their education experience with me. I also hope through this, students and families hold each other accountable and through their academics, and they also create higher expectations. I think bridging the gap is important to me in my community because students deserve the same equal academic opportunities and resources without any indiscrimination against the student of factors that they simply cannot control. Education should be the same across the board and held up to the same standard.